Hi everyone, we've got 7 Guns N' Roses riffs coming up for you in just a second, but before we jump into that, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button thing just for all the notifications that come up as soon as I post a new video. Please comment with anything you would like to see on this 7 riff series, and that's about it really. So 7 Guns N' Roses riffs coming up right now. So this one is basically a chord riff, and it starts with 7th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the G, 8th fret on that 2nd string, the B. And you play that twice. Going to the 7th fret across 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings, use one finger to bar it with, play that twice. And then down to the 5th fret, same strings. So you should get... Okay, then you stay on that 5 for 2 strikes again. 2 strikes on this next part, which is just a G major. So that's basically fret 3 on the 1st, 3 on the 2nd, 4 on the 3rd, and 5 on the 4th. Then you go down 2 frets, a tone to the F, and you play basically the D string, and then an upstroke if you like, for the top part of that chord. So which is like, so you should have that separation in there. Then back to the 3rd and 5th frets. This time remove the middle finger, your 2nd finger, so you've got the 3rd string open. 2 strikes on that. Then put the middle finger back on. And then keeping those fingers where they are, bring the 5th fret onto that 3rd string, alternate between, okay, so that's like, and then it's 2 and 2 on the 3rd and 4th strings, open, and then just a power chord of A. So this one, you've got basically, but in between all that, you're going back to this open B string. So I used to play it, which is the same notes, but not using the same strings, and I've since found out it's played slightly different. But what we've got is this 4th fret on the 3rd string, going to the open B, and then back to that 4th fret. Same for the 2nd fret. Next string, 4th fret, open B string, 2nd fret, open string, open D and open B, and then, which is the 2nd fret 5th string, and then the open B string again. So the difficulty with this is getting to that B string the further through you go. So just practice it slow and even and see how you get on. Next lick coming up. So this one is fairly nice. So we're using like an A minor chord, D minor, G, and then part of what would be a C. I guess you're looking at C over B for that, and then back into the main riff. So, but you're arpeggiating through the chords. So you start with your fingers on the A minor, with your little finger going to the G note on that thick string as you're leading. So okay, so you're arpeggiating through string 5, 4, 3 as you're holding the A minor, 1, 2, 3, straight to the open D twice into the D minor. So then that leads you to the string, after you played the D twice, string 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, open A to the G. So that's string 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, open A into the C chord, which is 5, 4, 3, so 3, 2, 0 fretwise, then 2, 0, 0, so string 5, 4, 3, and then 3, 2 on that A string, and then you're back to the beginning. Now this bit, you instead of playing the, you don't do that whole thing, you're just basically playing the first of those 4 strings, which is 6, 5, 4, 3, holding the G chord down, and then, so a straight run of 2, 3, 4, sorry, an A power chord at the end, which is just 0 and 2. And that is it. It's quite long-winded, this one. It's more of a, well, you've got a journey to take with this. So you're starting off with basically this little run down the pentatonic in E, so ending on that E power chord. So you've got 2, 0, D string, 2, 0, A string, 3, and you sort of bend that slightly. I'm not sure whether he does it full tone or what, but anyway. And then straight into that power chord of E for 4 beats, and then you're going to hook those top 2 strings, so it's like 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, straight into the next, that was bad, straight into the next little section, which is a bend on that 2nd fret. I use 2 fingers, 3rd string by the way, and then straight to the open E string, back to that 2nd fret for a bend up, let down, off to the 0, 2, 0, 2 on the D string. So you've got, and you leave that ringing, and then it goes, sorry, a that's that next section where we've got the 2/4 slide, all on the D string this is, and then you play the 4 on its own, and then you do the same thing, 4, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 9, 9, 9, 12, 12, and then 12, 14, 14. So and then it leads into this next bit, which is, now these are quite hard to do if you're not used to bending on a double string, as it were. So you've got the 12, 14, second and third strings, so bar those with one finger, like that, and you've got 2 strikes, 12, 14, and then you bend up, let down, 14th fret for both strings, and you let that ring for 4 beats on that third time, slightly bringing it back down, and then, which is the 14th frets again, bend up, let down to the 12th fret third string, and then 14 on that 4th string, 14, 0, is kind of like a little random lead into the next part, which is a nice run through the E minor pentatonic again. So 12, 14 D string, 12, 14 G, and then 14 slide to the 16, and then 16 again, and then you've got the 15 on the second string, 17, and then 15 holding that, and then 17, 15 into that last bend, and again another 3 times, another 2 times, and then the last time you hold it, and that's when it goes into the main riff of the verse. There you go, it's quite epic, that one. Have fun with that and see what you can pull from it. But the next lick coming up right now. Right, so this one starts off with a D chord, sus2 to a D. So that's basically standard D. Take your middle finger off second fret to expose that open D string. So you're arpeggiating your way through that to start off with, and then you're hammering onto that 2 to make it into a full D chord. So that's basically strings 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, hammer onto that second fret, and then string 3, 2. So then you bring the little finger in, keeping the rest of the D where it is, take the middle finger off to expose that open E string, and then same picking pattern, but this time instead of the open D, you've got your your 4th finger on that 4th fret of the 4th string. Now on the tab it says 0, 0 straight after you've gone. I don't know if it does that or not. I think it probably does, but the way I play it is I just keep on that same chord. So there is an open string in there, but you've got to get into the C chord for the next bit. So it's up to you whether you replace that and stay on the D, or replace it with the open D, open G before you go to the C. Do whatever feels comfortable, basically. And then you've got your C chord, root note, strum, and then second fret. So you can try and do this whilst holding the chord. So like that, straight into a G. And then you've got those top strings, so which is basically the G, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. Something along the lines of that. I mean, it's not going to be played exact every single time, so it's a very loose tab on this one, and make of it what you will. It's just a guideline. There we go. Next one coming up. This riff uses fourths, so what we've got is the 2-4-2-4-2 on that D and G strings, and then just a 4, again double stops on the A and D, and then 2, and then you're into the riff, which is basically 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So you've got this kind of muted where the X's are written on the tab, and then it's a muted string, so you actually got rest and then straight into that F sharp again. So it does that again. This time round that bit's the same, but we go into an E power chord. Trying to make the chord sound massive, so it's an E5, playing it like that, then just a little riff of 5-5, slide to the 4 and then pick the 4 again on that A string, so it's, and then the riff again, this time single notes, where you've got the 2-4-2 double stops D and G, and then you've got 4-2-4-0 as single notes, 4-2 on the D string and 4-0 on the A string, and then you've got to finish, so that's the 2-4-2-4-2 and then 4-0 single notes. You'll get away with double stops, but it's basically the same riff played over and over again. The only real difference is that right, so My Michelle, this one's quite tricky just because of the way you've got to expose the the open B string. But anyway, it goes as you just saw, as it did, but it goes like this. So you've got the 4 on the A string, and then you're going to bar what would be the A chord, so that's string 4, 3 and 2 on that second fret. So you're going to arpeggiate through that, which is string 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Then you've got another chord which comes up. Now this one, you could either fret it using your fingers like that, but it's just getting from that into that. But then you've got to get back to another chord. So I think the easiest way to do it is, as you go from the first one, you're changing the 4th fret to that 3rd, but then trying to expose the open B string. So with your first finger, I'd slide it up just to bar right behind the 3rd fret on that A string where you're already fretting, and then you've got the string 5, 4, 3 and 2. Then you can bring the little finger or 3rd finger into that 4th fret on the D string, and then you're already in place for the bar across the 2nd fret on string 5, 4 and 3. I know you're not hearing the fret 2 on string 4, but you still need to have that B string open. And then it's the last part, which is a 2-4-4-2 on the bottom 4 strings. That picking, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. plays that twice. And that is your riff. 7 Guns N' Roses riffs. Back over to me. Excellent, you made it to the end. So once again, please do consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell, and commenting below with anything you would like to see during these videos. That is about it. So I hope you enjoy the riffs. Awesome riffs, Izzy and Slash together. Oh my god, what a combination. And Gilby Clarke as well, because he was on one of those riffs, 2 of those riffs. Anyway, that's it. I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you for the next instalment of 7 riffs, which could be another Guns N' Roses one, or it might be a Slash one, or it could be a Velvet Revolver one. Let's see. See you soon.